look, I mean, Michael, Gallup has a new poll out showing massive dissatisfaction with Trump's immigration plans. Republicans love it, but Democrats and independents absolutely not. His supporters cratered, but guess what? We tried to tell you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So first and foremost, because I have a list here. Number one, if you are against abortion, goddamn it, don't get an abortion. It's pretty simple. OK, and this is what happens when you have single issue voters, because the policies of Republicans decimate all the other issues you care about. You talked about USAID. As I said last week, it's suspected that 300,000 people worldwide have already died because of USAID being cut off. That's from the Boston University analysis. You talk about Medicaid. It's suspected that 51,000 Americans are going to die each year because of loss of Medicaid coverage. That's Yale University. When we look at MAGA is a death cult. Okay. Now, what I found interesting here, she said if she didn't vote for Republicans, she wasn't going to vote. I don't think she mentioned Kamala Harris at all. Like there wasn't a viable alternative. And this gets to something deeper. I don't know this woman. My heart goes out to her. But also we have to realize we're dealing with sexism in this country. And we're dealing with racism in this country.
You nice. My heart doesn't go out to her, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're dealing with sexism in this country. We're dealing with racism in this country. And within the Latino community, which is broad, you're talking about people coming from different countries. Okay. There is also a bias towards African Americans, because some Latinos identify more with their white ancestry than their Afro-Latino ancestry or Native American ancestry, what have you. Okay, so we're dealing with these multiple issues. But yeah, hashtag we tried to tell you. Yep. But this is what happens when you're stuck on stupid.
All right, y'all. Don't you just love these MAGA people who like, oh my God, we didn't vote for this. Oh my goodness, we didn't vote for this. We had a couple for you. Comedian Andrew Schulz talked about what's going on, and also the people at More Perfect Union, they put together their own video showing all of these crying MAGA people who are just shocked and stunned that these things are happening. But hashtag, we tried to tell you. Roland.
I believe that about Trump. I believe when Trump, everything he campaigned on, I believe he wanted to do. And now he's doing the exact opposite thing of every single fucking thing.
I don't know what he's done. Yeah, exactly to your point. If you tell me, it's easier for me to believe you wanted to do all these things if any of them were happening in the way that you said they were.
To that point, like there'll be people that like they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. Yeah. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that, which I kind of like. But he's like, oh, well, we kind of need the people working in restaurants and we need our farmers. It's like everything that he said that he was going to do that he campaigned
Well, he said
really
to
hard
us, which was important, and I thought it was good you pressed him on it, well, you got to start with the criminals in terms of deporting. I don't even know if the criminals are getting sent back. I know there's a lot of people with green cards getting sent back. There's people who aren't criminals getting sent back. I don't know if you're sending back the criminals first. You're definitely not doing it first. I don't know if you're sending them back at all. So nothing has happened.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most.
It bothers me when people like Elon Musk say that people on those programs are the parasite class. It's just cruel.
Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that they really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
guarantee that Medicare and Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But his administration just proposed an $880 billion cut to Medicaid over the next 10 years. So we wanted to come here to find out how people are feeling about Trump and his administration's decision that could have a huge impact on one of the benefits they rely on the most. One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie has her medication for her seizures. She needs care of everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
Sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid. And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Oh, thousands maybe.
Thousands.
Thousands.
And that's just for you?
That's for me.
Not for your daughter? Not for your sister?
No. The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, you know. What we want to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
When I was pregnant with my child, I was working in the field. I remember it was this little airplane and sprayed us. But when my baby born, the doctor just said, "Uh-oh, something's missing." And when he gave me my baby doesn't have her arm.
So with these risks that you and your community face in agriculture, and then to have the system threaten to take away your health insurance, to take away protection, how does it make you feel?
Like I told you, I feel like these stubby nuts in the back, you know. But why when we put food on their tables, you know, that we risk our health? Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. The COPD, I didn't have COPD at that time. We got all in the fields. Where else?
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board.
The $880 billion in Medicaid cuts proposed in President Trump's budget will help pay to permanently extend his 2017 tax cuts.
The largest tax breaks would go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right. ¿Por qué van a hacer tanto recorte? Sí, tanto recorte. ¿En dónde lo van a poner ese dinero? ¿Dónde?
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you, but before all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat, but then, in these last elections, I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion. Para mí, la palabra conservador es tener valores. I grew up with values, you know, con las enseñanzas de mis padres.
Family values.
Family values.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people, people that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it, Trump doesn't need it, and, you know, billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
District 22's representative is David Valadeo, a Republican who voted in favor of the budget resolution to cut Medicaid. after initially voicing concerns about how potential cuts to social programs could affect his constituents. If just 2 Republicans vote no on the final legislation, they could stop Medicaid from being cut.
The folks in this district have voted for him because he, in the past, has been able to stand up against his party. But now he's really stuck between a rock and a hard place because it seems as if the Trump administration is going to really ask for loyalty from him and for him to play ball on every single issue, not just the issues that play well in this district. And so that might mean that they expect him to vote for things that are going to hurt his constituents directly.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted?
None either.
Yeah, it's very sad that there's no political leadership that you feel you can vote for.
Maybe, you know, they can, like you said, Democrats or Republican. Maybe they have, I'm not going to say that everything is bad, but the most important things. But the only good things is for them. To us, always going to be the good things, you know.
You feel that way. It's always going to be the bad things.
Always.
For you.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed to say. I don't want to say I voted Republican. Then he asked if you could go back, I wouldn't vote. Okay, your ass just sat there and literally was crying about you might losing health care. In fact, I just want y'all to understand logic. I voted for Republicans because of abortion. But the same Republicans want to take away my health care and I could die. Oh. The same Republicans who claim they are pro-life gutted USAID. That's going to kill millions across the world. Ah, but you voted for them because of abortion. Now, let me be perfectly clear. I know some people who are ardent opponents of abortion. Okay, you're anti-abortion, but are you pro-life? Because see, you can't call yourself pro-life if you support people who cut Medicaid, because folks will die when rural hospitals shut down, when nursing homes shut down. You cannot call yourself pro-life voting for people who cut SNAP benefits when there's food insecurity in America and 30,000 people in America die annually due to hunger. You cannot call yourself pro-life if they are slashing international aid that's keeping people alive, that's keeping people alive when it comes to HIV/AIDS, when it comes to starvation. We can go on and on. Do y'all know that when Trump got in there and Elon Musk got in and they immediately cut off aid, that a 78-year-old woman in a Myanmar camp died because she went to the hospital every day to get oxygen, and when they cut the money off, then they couldn't give her the oxygen and she died. But now you mad? Y'all, that's the silly, dumb shit we deal with in this country. That ain't no different than all these fools going, I want Trump getting there. Damn it, that's right. He better sit here and get rid of that damn Obamacare. Don't you touch my Affordable Care Act. It's the same thing. I'm sorry, Matt, all I have for them are thoughts and prayers.
You know, I don't revel in people suffering, and I think it's tough for me to know that there are people suffering. But here's the thing. You have to suspend disbelief to vote for Trump when you know, even though he's, first off, promised he wasn't going to touch Medicaid. I mean, Medicaid covers 20% of the American population, 70 million people. Something like 40% of children are on Medicaid, and 60% of Medicaid benefits go to the elderly and people in nursing homes, right? So it's really like you had to know what you were voting for, and it's now that you're affected. I don't feel any sympathy for that. I don't want to see that people are needlessly suffering. But the other thing is, Trump is a known quantity. So it's not like this is a person who's not shown us who he was, how he moves, what his administration was going to do. I mean, Michael was talking about, and you were talking about Project 2025 on this show for a very long time before elections. People knew what they were voting for, and they didn't think they were going to be the ones affected. And now that they're affected, they're, calling a mea culpa. And you don't get to do that because in the meantime that you were casting that vote, you weren't thinking about your fellow citizens who were going to be affected by those policies. And now that you're casting that net, it's very hard to feel sympathy for you. But, I think we also have a much larger issue with our healthcare system in general and the way it works. And I think we as a society need to make healthcare a primary human right so that, we don't have this patchwork of beneficiaries and patchwork of benefit systems. But I guess that's a conversation for a different time.
These folk, they are getting everything. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Ben, they're getting everything they voted for.
Yeah, I definitely identify with Matt and not, this is hard for me. And the reason it's hard for me is because the complexity of the issues, but the simplicity of the talking points that Republicans have mastered, for which we don't have a reply to. At least we don't have it in a meaningful way. Abortion, for example. There are people who will completely shut off every other part of their brain and focus on that without any reflection or any other layer. And to me, I believe that this is the threshold we had to go through, unfortunately. We had to come to this place where people would realize you've been had. But we have to make sure they have to understand why they've been had, because they did not look at the issues significantly enough, with enough clarity. They were one issue voter, and even on that issue that they voted for, they got played. And if we don't usher in a generation of a body politic that actually thinks and realize that any party that is trying to sell you something simple as a single talking point like abortion, they're taking advantage of you. But I don't believe that we could have gotten to this place as a nation without going through this dark spot where now people are coming to their senses because it's hurting them. But if we don't seize on this moment and reveal to them, here's why you got played. Here's how you got played, because you leaned on one topic that they're not even true to, which is abortion. If we don't capitalize on this moment, then Republicans are going to run the same exact play in 2026 and 2028 and going forward.
Michael, Gallup has a new poll out showing massive dissatisfaction with Trump's immigration plans. Republicans love it, but Democrats and independents absolutely not. His supporters cratered, but guess what? We tried to tell you.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, because I have a list here. Number one, if you are against abortion, goddamn it, don't get an abortion. It's pretty simple, okay? And this is what happens when you have single issue voters, because the policies of Republicans decimate all the other issues you care about. You talked about USAID. As I said last week, it's suspected that 300,000 people worldwide have already died because of USAID being cut off. That's from the Boston University analysis. You talk about Medicaid. It's suspected that 51,000 Americans are going to die each year because of loss of Medicaid coverage. That's Yale University. When we look at MAGA is a death cult. Okay. Now, what I found interesting here, she said, if she didn't vote for Republicans. She wasn't going to vote. I don't think she mentioned Kamala Harris at all. Like there wasn't a viable alternative. And this gets to something deeper. I don't know this woman. My heart goes out to her. But also we have to realize we're dealing with sexism in this country. And we're dealing with racism in this country.
You nice. My heart doesn't go out to her, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're dealing with sexism in this country. We're dealing with racism in this country. And within the Latino community, which is broad, you're talking about people coming from different countries. Okay. There is also a bias towards African Americans because some Latinos identify more with their white ancestry than their Afro-Latino ancestry or Native American ancestry, what have you. Okay, so we're dealing with these multiple issues. But yeah, hashtag we tried to tell you. Yep. But this is what happens when you're stuck on stupid.
What did my homeboy say in that when the white woman called him the N-word? I'm sorry, it's above me now.